This video is not intended for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Mornings of Mischief. I'm your host, Stone Loki, and with me this morning is Captain Trek. How you doing, brother?
Doing all right, thank you. What's going on this morning, Loki?
Oh, not much. Just saying a big hello to Dave G. Sound, Darth Hastur, Sit Room, Captain Trek.
Gee, I wonder why I'm there.
Mark the Infinitely Tired. Good morning, Mark. Crimson Mist. ShadowCat, good morning, ShadowCat, Josh, and Rebecca. Momini. Mark the Infinite. Oh, I already said that, didn't I? Mark the Infinitely Tired. He got two. Do I have to give everybody two now? I don't know. But we are having one hell of a crazy morning. Purple Lady, one of the Valkyries is here. Good morning, Purple Lady. Samantha Joe, the other Valkyrie is here. Good morning, Valkyries. My Valkyries are here. And my other wrench is, of course, on my show this morning. Not Ryan Johnson. Hello, not Ryan Johnson. Darth Hastur. How are you doing, brother? My tentacled brother from another pantheon. How are you doing? Robert Pearson. Good morning, Rob. Number one sci-fi. What a hell of a good show this morning. Some Pac-Man and Mrs. Pac-Man this morning. Chris Persia, the wrench of wrenches, is here. Eris of Chaos, our battle angel, is here with us this morning. Good morning, Eris of Chaos. Lady Mist, our lovely guardian of the void. Hello, Lady Mist. Admiral Oliver Franklin Doom. Welcome, Admiral. How are you doing this morning? Oh, the asshole's here. Rambling Canuck. Good morning, Rambling. Oh, that's okay. I'm an asshole too, folks. I'm not being mean. Trust me. Oh, guys, how are you all doing? V-Star 333. How are you doing this morning, V-Star? Psycho Dwarf 9. Guys, thank you so much. All my guardians out there, all of my chat out there, my wrenches that are out there. Welcome, Mr. CCTV. Good morning. Christina Nardone. I hope I said that correctly. Christina Nardone. Is that how you say it? Nardone? Nardone. I hope I said your name correctly. I don't want to mess it up. Not this morning. So we are here with our part 2 of Farscape. We're going to cover episode 2, 3, and 4 of season 1. And I just got to start off by saying, season 1 is not what you expect if you've never seen it before. Because I know many of us have. Yes, thank you, Christina Nardone. You're like, yes, that's right. Awesome. I'm glad I said it right. I do not want to mess it up. Thank you so much, Christina. Season 1 of Farscape is not what you expect because you hear about this awesome show that ran for 4 seasons and had a movie. And I mean, everybody talks so good about this show. At least everybody I've ever talked to.
Yeah.
And you start watching season 1. If you've never seen it before, you start watching season 1 and you're like, okay, Wait a minute. You got the premiere, which stands on its own. It's good.
Yeah.
Josh and Rebecca Momini, 500 for the weekend. Yes, sir. 500 by Friday. Thank you, Samantha Joe. Thank you guys so much. Hopefully we will hit 500 by Friday. Guys, if you love Mornings of Mischief, if you like my show, if you enjoy my content, please share it out there, please, so we can try and get to 500 by Saturday. We're going to have a Valhalla roundup for our patrons, and hopefully I can go live that day on YouTube and celebrate hitting 500. So please, guys, please, if you can, please share this video out. If you like my content, please like, share, and subscribe. Like, old Dave Bob says. So the premiere kind of stands on its own. That's what we covered last week. But then you get, stuff like IET and Exodus from Genesis and Throne for a Loss. And you're like, what the hell is going on? What am I watching?
Oh, exactly. See, I was confused a little in the premiere. It's like, I don't know what the heck's going on. I mean, other than, the initial, going through the wormhole type thing, I get that. But the rest of it, it's like, huh? But, starting episode 2, it's like, where are they going with this? What's going on? And right now I'm trying to separate the 3 episodes.
So we'll start out with Exodus from Genesis. You've got giant space cockroaches.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. That episode starts out, you see what's going on in space, and it's like they have an A and a B, and they're not sure which one they want to make the primary focus, and it's kind of, they put 2 stories together and just doesn't make much sense.
Now you've got the peacekeepers looking for Moya, obviously, because these are escaped prisoners, and Chris is hunting down Crichton.
Right.
So to give a little bit of review, Crichton is a human. He's an astronaut. He went through a wormhole by accident. It just opened up next to Earth. He went through a wormhole, ended up on the other side of the galaxy. He has no idea where he's at. He has no idea what's going on. And good morning, Mexican Iron Man, my Mexican brother from another mother. Thank you so much for being here. Win a free Loki thong summer swimsuit calendar. I don't think so, dude. No, I didn't.
I like you, Loki, but no, thank you.
You don't want to see my white ass in a thong. And now maybe we'll do a Mexican Iron Man calendar. How about that? We'll do a Mexican Iron. He has an iron thong anyway. He has an iron thong anyway, so maybe we can do that. So just to recap, Crichton goes to the wormhole. He ends up crashing into an alien fighter. That fighter explodes. It loses control and slams into an asteroid. It explodes. The commander of the ship that fighter came from blames Crichton for the death of his brother, who was on board the fighter that exploded. And now he is on a living biological ship named Moya, being chased by peacekeepers with some renegade aliens that have also escaped. And then we get cockroaches in space, and you're like, okay, what the hell happened here? What the hell is going on? Cockroaches in space. So a marauder attack craft that came from the carrier ship that is hunting them ends up almost tracking them down, and there's like this field of space junk that is between them and the marauder, preventing the marauder from scanning them. The marauder runs away, and then you see whatever this stuff in space is flow into the ship, into Moya. And suddenly you've got cockroaches running around the ship, and they're shooting like needles at the crew. And the crew doesn't even know what's going on because they're like hiding, and they're like, metal splinter. And they pull it out and throw it down. And then these little damn cockroaches go and collect it. They're like, we want it back. And they want it back because they want the DNA on it.
And see, that's something that I do not understand. It doesn't make any sense to me.
It didn't make any sense to me either the first time I watched it. Guys, I am not shilling for the show. I won't shill for this show. This first season was whack as fuck. If you go back and you watch it now, you're like, oh, I love these. But when I first saw these guys, I was like, what the hell am I watching? Honestly, what am I watching? It took me almost a year to get into the show. It really did. It really did. I didn't know what the hell was going on. Obviously, you know, Crichton's there, and Crichton isn't even being Crichton yet. We haven't really met Crichton. The Crichton we will all come to know and love, we haven't met yet. We've met NASA Boy. That's what we've met so far. And Capia Star, good morning, Capia. I love Farscape almost as much as Lex. I miss the good shows. Yes, I miss the good shows too.
And good morning, Trey.
Oh, Trey's here? Holy shit. Yes. Good morning, my brother from another mother. Good morning. And I am sorry, Mexican Iron Man. You are so tired, brother. Oh, no. You said Mark the infinitely tired. Never mind. I just saw tired. I guess I'm kind of tired this morning. Shit. So, you're wondering kind of what the hell's going on. What is this going to be about? Who the hell's the blue chick?
Yes.
Who the hell is the blue chick? We haven't really gotten an explanation about who really anyone is. Okay, we've kind of got an explanation that Dargo is a Luxan, but what the fuck's a Luxan? You're being thrown into the deep end of the pool here and you don't know what's going on. And I don't think they knew what was going on yet either. Lady Q. Check that out, Kat. Why don't you read that one?
Lady Q. What the heck? The first, see, I'm bad with reading. So, first few episodes were, what the heck?
Frelling.
Bad. Thank you.
That is Farscape speak for effing bad. Mm-hmm.
I agree. Now, I have a question.
Yeah.
Because, I'm horrible with characters, particularly now that I'm just getting into this. But the short dude, the
Rigel,
that's it. The one I could remember his name earlier. In that episode was painting a picture of himself.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
it wasn't of himself. No, it was of himself. But he comments that it looks more like Rigel the Great. Yeah,
but that's after she fixes it.
Yep.
All of a sudden, she gets the brush because there was an accident. She's painting like Dana would paint, to be honest.
Yep.
Which is like, what the? How could she do this?
Zan's people evolved from plants, and they have a very heightened mental and hand-eye coordination. They are very, very different. Zan's people are almost like the Jedi, but they're all supposed to be pacifists. Okay, her crime was she murdered somebody. She killed somebody. And that's brought out really early, and you kind of wonder, well, she's got all her shit together. So why would she just kill somebody? Why would she murder? Because murder is totally different. You know, you kill someone in self-defense, that's one thing. She murdered someone. Mm-hmm. And you see that out of all the people on the ship, she's the one who's got her shit together the most. You haven't seen what's underneath yet. Okay, you have to really think light side, dark side. Again, her people are like the Jedi of this part of the galaxy. Yes, Mexican Iron Man, we are talking about Farscape. And dude, if you have not watched it, catch up, brother. This is one of the best science fiction shows of all time. I know. Anyone who's starting it out is going to be like, Loki, this is not what. No, but it will be. As you watch and as you grow with the show and as you see it for what it is, you're going to learn to love it. If you don't, that's fine. I mean, if you don't love it after the first couple of seasons, then you're not going to love it. But I absolutely love it. And yes, ShadowCat, after you die, I'm taking your stuff. Yes, that is Rigel all over. If you die, I get all your shit. and I'll sell it off piece by piece here and there. But yeah, you're gonna hear more and more banter and more comfort as they go along. Like Rigel is notorious for calling Zan a big blue bitch. You big blue bitch. And it's little things like that you start to see come out in the crew that makes the show get better and better. And Crichton becoming more relaxed and being allowed to be more him. I really think that as the show went on, he was like, okay, I want to get a little crazy with this. I do. I want to get a little crazy with this because he is kind of crazy. This is the guy that dressed up in a big ass bunny suit, like our friend DJ Odyssey, and just goes out and like waves at people and shit. You're like, what the hell is he doing? Oh, he's just dressed up in a big ass bunny suit waving at people. Why? Because he can. Because he's a crazy bastard who likes to have fun. Kind of like me and Cap.
I'm the crazy part. I don't know about the fun part yet.
Oh, you're the fun part, brother. So you get into this first episode, and these giant ass cockroaches are running around the ship, and they're making it hotter. And as the ship starts getting hotter because they're closing off all the air vents, it's like being in a Honda when the AC goes out and you can't roll the windows down. Totally sucks. You learn that Aaron can't take heat. Aaron Sung, our peacekeeper commando on the ship, cannot deal with heat. There is something called the living death that all peacekeepers experience when they get really, really, really hot. And basically they turn into like a zombie. Yes, Samantha Joe. Basically, they turn into a zombie, and they lose all their higher mental functions. And it's the only, she says, it is the only time they kill one of their own because they pity them. That's the only time they'll kill one of their own. Yeah, peacekeepers can't do deserts. So those bugs are reproducing all over the ship. They're closing off the airways. And then you suddenly see Zan throw up on one of the vent control widgets. And there's all this blue gunk. But it's not Zan.
Nope.
And Crichton can't figure that out yet. She bitch slaps Crichton and kicks him across the room and walks off. And he's like, what the hell? And he goes back to command, and Aaron's there, and he's like, you're not sweating. You're not sweating. Holy shit. Yeah, you're going to have a stroke. And she bitch slaps him across the room. Yes, Samantha Joe. Spoiler alert, Scarens are the opposite. Yes. You'll meet the Scarens eventually, Cap. And they are an awesome race. I absolutely love the Scarens. Evil motherfuckers, but really awesome what they can do. So Aaron bitch slaps him across the room. He's trying to stop her because she is trying to raise the heat in the entire ship. And he ends up ripping her arm off. And there's blue gunk under it. And you hear this weird scream. And then the real Aaron walks in. And he's looking at her. He's looking at the Aaron on the ground with the blue shit coming out of her arm. And he's looking at Aaron. And he's like, what the hell? And these cockroaches have collected the crew's DNA and are basically like making shitty clones, carbon copy clones of the crew to do their bidding.
See, and that's one thing. It's never explained in the episode why. You know, why bother making a clone when they're beings that exist in space, but they need heat to be born? Or hatch? This doesn't make sense.
It didn't make sense. It didn't make sense when I watched it the first time. It still doesn't make much sense now.
We live and die in space. We need heat to be born.
Yeah, we live and die in space, but they need heat to be born. Because the colony must grow. You know, the collective must grow. So,
I mean, it had potential. I'll give it that, but it's like that. I was kind of lost with that one.
yeah, ShadowCat, the rising heat made Aaron more and more uncomfortable. Sebaceans lack an organ to regulate their internal temperatures.
See, there was only one problem. They should have had Crichton. Is that what the guy's name is?
Yeah, John Crichton.
John Crichton. See,
Yeah.
they should have had him in the shower with her, putting water on him. But you know, that's neither here nor there.
No, I completely agree with you. And these first episodes are like that. These first episodes are like that. No, because they couldn't talk. The clones couldn't talk. What happened is Zan gets like a stinger. One of these things shoot the stinger into Zan, and that allows the queen of these cockroaches to talk through Zan. The way she explains it, the carbon clones are kind of like an army. But that's as close as they come to explaining it. They don't explain how. They don't really explain why. It's just kind of like a camouflage. They're bugs, but how do they do that? They never explain that. Why did they do that? They never really explain that. You just have to like surmise, okay, they're using it as camouflage so they can move around the ship without being seen.
I mean, I think a couple of lines of dialogue could have fixed that, but
yes,
it was an oversight.
And this, you got to think, this is a new show. You know, this is something that was brand new at the time, and they hadn't really gotten their feet under it. I know we were talking about that earlier. They don't really get their feet under it until I'd say the quarter end of this season. It's all set up. It's like this first season is all set up for everything that comes to follow. So you're learning little things here and there. You're seeing little things, even if you don't realize it yet. A lot of this will be important later. It's just you don't really see how important it is now. A lot of the episodes that you're seeing right now, especially in season 2 or maybe 3, I'm not sure. It's probably 2. A lot of what happens in 2 is going to reconnect to things that happened in season 1. And there are stinkers, of course. Most of these are stinkers. The second episode in this, and I don't want to. I'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and finish up on episode 2,
right?
Quick before I move on to 3, because God, I'm like, oh, the second, you know. Basically, they get in contact with the bugs. They make peace, but then that marauder we talked about from the beginning of the episode shows up, lands on Moya. The peacekeepers come on board and start killing the clones and the bugs, and the queen gets pissed and is like, you betrayed me. We made a deal. I cool things down enough for y'all to be okay, and I get to grow my hive. Y'all didn't keep up with the deal, and she cranks the heat back up and almost kills Aaron. And what happens is Crichton confronts the peacekeepers with all of his clones. So he's got all of his clones going after the peacekeepers, and the heat is killing them, just like it's killing Aaron. They're getting weaker and weaker and weaker, and basically they finally fall down, and Crichton comes out. The real Crichton comes out and says, look, you see all this? You see all these me's? Crace has no idea who he is messing with. He has absolutely no idea who he's messing with. Get back on your little tugboat and get the hell off my ship. And they do. And the queen hatches her babies, and they go back into space, and that's the end of the episode. Which, again, it's a stinker. And I don't know what they were doing with the makeup, but the peacekeeper makeup in this, I was like, dude, what the hell? You like went with full eyeshadow and weird ass on everybody, guys, girls, whatever. I don't know what they were doing. The peacekeepers will not look like that later. I think this is the only episode they did that. And I think they were like, oh, this will look cool. And then they saw it and people were like, dude, they look like emo frat boys. And they were like, yeah, okay, yeah, bad idea.
Well, you remember those ugly headpieces the Cardassians first wore?
Yep. That's exactly what it's like, dude. That is exactly what it's like. It's like they were like, yeah, no, this ain't working out. Darth Hastur, loved the first season, going to need to buy them again. Dude, I got the ultimate collection on Blu-ray. If you get the ultimate collection, it does come with the Peacekeeper Wars on Blu-ray. Totally worth it just for that, because the Peacekeeper Wars was always a hard DVD to find. It was like they threw it immediately into the $5 bin and you never saw it again. You never ever saw it again. So episode 3, back to the future.
Oh yes.
Again, they don't explain shit. They don't really flesh out what the hell's going on. It's a mystery episode where you don't even have enough information to get the mystery they're trying to give you. At the beginning of the episode, they receive a distress call, and it is a scientist and his assistant. And the assistant is a cousin race, or the assistant and the doctor are a cousin race of Dargos. They're like, oh my God, I can't remember his race name. Jesus, that's what I get in the morning. Oh, I hate names. Luxan. They're a cousin race of the Luxans.
Yes.
And again, they don't really explain what's going on. They're talking about technology and things you've never heard of. And the girl is weird. And throughout this episode, you see the weirdest flashes of this girl, like either killing the crew or mating with the crew. And it's not happening. And part of it's John. John gets zapped by this thing at the beginning of the episode, which isn't explained either. And he's having flashes into the future and flashes into the past, which is why the name of the episode is Back to the Future. And again, they never explain why. They never really explain why, what's doing it. You just know that these two people, and Dargo's immediately like, I will do anything for you. You are cousins of the Luxans, and we will protect you. You are welcome here, and please eat our food and sleep in our beds and use our ship. And everybody's like, what? What? Do not worry, I am in charge here. And Crichton and Aaron and Zan are all like, dude, who put you in charge, bitch? Yes, male scientist named Burrell and his female assistant Matala claimed that they were on their way to rendezvous with a cruiser after studying deep space gravitational fluctuations. Yes, really, they were conducting secret experiments at a base, I believe.
Yes.
So, what do you think? What did you think so far about this?
Okay. The whole thing where he gets shocked when he enters the craft, it's like, okay, that's a little weird. Then of course he has that experience where but it just all seems so off.
Yeah, it's all off.
And that chick just, that something is off about her as well. And I think that they almost make that too intentional. The male scientist seems a little crazy, but quiet. She's vocal and weird. And no.
And the fight with Aaron was just messed up.
Oh, yes.
They got rid of all that too, eventually. All that like crap. She doesn't ever fight like that ever in the rest of the show. You know, you see her putting her hands up and they're pointing like, and yeah, no, they got rid of that. And good, I'm glad they did, because that was shit. Whoever choreographed any of that needs to be drug out in the street and beaten, because it was really bad. When Crichton attempted to talk to Dargo about his visions, the Luxan warned him to remove her from your thoughts now. Yes, because Dargo wanted her. Dargo was like, ram, Matala. And no. That's like sticking your head in a bear trap. No. Absolutely not. And there's not much else to say about this episode. He ends up finding out that
not really.
Matala is a double agent. You have to assume that this is something to do with the Scarens. They haven't really fleshed out the Scarens yet. I know they call him something else in this episode, but she's a Scaren. She's a Scaren spy. Eventually, you're going to learn more and more about this, but they hadn't fleshed out exactly where they were going yet, I think. And it's the Scarens. It's really the first time you hear about a double agent like this. So, you end up finding out she's a double agent. She kills the scientist Varel. She has the info, and she gets off the ship, and they end up taking her out because the ship had a seizing fuel leak. Oh,
there was some. See, that's the thing. Something happened to the ship. There's malfunctions, and they were. I think they were shot at, but you don't really explain. You got systems malfunctioning, but somehow the cargo is safe. Plot hole.
Plot hole. The whole episode's one giant plot hole. I love the show, but I'm not going to sit here and shill for it and say oh my God, these are the bestest episodes ever. These are the worst episodes ever. They are. Now you get to episode 4, Thrown for a Loss. This is a good episode. I really like this episode. Of course, next week we're going to do PK Tech Girl, which is my favorite episode, probably my favorite episode of the first half of the season, because you get the wonderful scene of Aaron Sung with that blaster Gatling gun saying "on the ground now," that they used in commercial after commercial after commercial on the Sci-Fi Channel. Every time you were watching Sci-Fi Channel, and something came up for Farscape, the first thing you heard was "on the ground now," and you were like, "Yeah, kick-ass Aaron Sung."
Is this when they still had Sci-Fi rather than Sci-Fi?
Yes, this is when they had Sci-Fi instead of Sci-Fi. And Hallmark Channel was producing this. The Hallmark Channel was producing a lot of this. And they eventually did the movie. They kept the movie off Sci-Fi because Sci-Fi didn't want it. They canceled it. They were like, nope, we don't want it. We don't want it on our damn network. And which was the stupidest move ever. There was a giant, this was like the giant call to arms that we must have an ending to a show. They found out after they'd already done filming the end of the show, they found out that they were not going to get to come back, and they had already done the episodes. So it was like I think it was like 3 or 4 days before the new episode aired, or maybe it was a week. I don't know. It was right before they sent out the tapes to everybody. And they literally went back in and they chopped the music out of the credits. And you see Moya flying off, and there's like a question mark. And then they did the movie, of course. But there was a giant explosion when the show ended. There was a giant explosion when the show ended. Samantha Joe, Loki's Warnings of Mischief. Season 1 was a tough watch. PK Tech Girl. Word salad. PK Tech Girl was the one that hooked me for sure. Exactly. And she hooked a lot of people because you see Aaron kicking ass. You see Aaron lifting up shit and kicking ass, and you're like, damn, dude, okay, I'm this, and you get that feeling like, okay, you know, I've been like, you've been sitting there watching, and you're like, well, maybe she's a badass, maybe this, maybe that. This is when you know, oh yeah, she's a badass. She ain't putting up with shit, and she gets pissed. She gets pissed in this episode, in that episode, which we will cover next week. So no spoilers, but we're going to talk about Thrown for a Loss. Rigel has made a deal with the people on this planet to do a cargo run. And they come on board and they screw him. And they take Rigel and they kidnap him for a ransom, not knowing that our dear Hynerian Emperor has been disposed. He's been kicked off the throne.
I think he's this all-powerful thing, and it's like, nope.
Nope.
Yeah. The thing was, with how they had him in the jail, why was he buried in dirt?
Dude, I have no idea. Again, that's one of those things that you're like, why? He doesn't have his floating chair. He can't haul ass without that damn chair. He waddles everywhere very slowly. He's like a penguin. He just waddles everywhere like a penguin if he doesn't have that chair. So, Hynerians are aquatic. It hasn't explained that yet, but they came out of the water. So they are,
which would explain why they're so slow moving on land.
Yes. But they end up capturing one of the guys that come on board the ship to kidnap Rigel, and he has this armband. He's got this bracer on his arm that shoots liquid into your body and basically pumps you up. It's like steroids times 20.
Oh, and yes. What I loved, the crew finally kicks his ass. He falls, gets knocked out. The thing falls off. What do they do? Oh, let me stick this on my arm. What?
Right. Yep. And this will be important later. It will be. It will be important later down the road. It will be very important. ShadowCat says pilot reported that Rigel had borrowed a crystal from Moya's propulsion system, thinking it would look impressive in his scepter, and they took that too. So they not only need Rigel back, but they need this crystal in his scepter that he took.
Technically, they'd eat the crystal back.
Yeah, they could leave Rigel on the planet if they wanted to. Happy Dinosaur 8000 says, I think sci-fi has always made crappy decisions like only having shows go on for 4 seasons and adapting Mag's Visaggio.
Yes, Sci-Fi was a bad network. It changed when it went from sci-fi to Sci-Fi.
Yep. The acting is what hooked me, says Adiga Outlaw. The story was iffy, like you said, but the acting combined with the sets had me from the first episode. That's why I kept watching it, Adiga. The fact that it was a Jim Henson production and the acting. That's what hooked me. It wasn't the story in the beginning. Eventually it was. Eventually it was the story and the acting and the fact that it was Jim Henson and the effects and everything they did after the first half of the first season, when it really started to dig into me what was going on and what was going to happen. Yes, Samantha Joe, Rigel was such a royal pain in the ass. Agreed.
Absolutely. We agree there.
My chat's about to riot because apparently I'm not being nice to penguins. Penguin shaming, says Josh and Rebecca Momney. Man, I've done that in a while. I love that video I did. They're reeing everywhere. How to Survive the SJW Hate Mob by Stone Loki. Oh, and Samantha Joe, don't forget he had a what did he call it? A royal shiny hiney. Kiss my royal shiny hiney. Darth Hastur, Jim Henson stuff is great. So you find out a little bit more about Rigel because, of course, his Hynerian empire he was booted from had so many thousands of planets, and you find out he comes from a giant collective of planets that he ruled over, and he had like hundreds of people in his harem, and he is a little devious bastard is what he is. He is a little devious bastard that loves to take other people's shit. And that's funny because someone took his throne.
Yeah.
And he farts helium. Have you gotten that far yet?
I have literally gotten to the point where we're watching. That's it. I've not watched ahead.
Okay. So, yes, he farts helium. All Hynerians fart helium. So, anytime he's like, and they're like, what the hell was that? Do you fart helium? Yeah.
They already touched on that, I thought.
That's
earlier.
Too. So, most of this episode is them dealing with the armband. Dargo puts on the armband and immediately goes nuts. He starts bashing shit. He gets very, very angry at everything. He cannot control his anger. He cannot control his temper. And you start to see something in that's going to echo out throughout this season. As you learn more about Dargo, you will learn that this guy has a temper that is very, very, very bad. And Luxans have, and yes, this is a little bit of a spoiler, Luxans have something called a hyper rage. And when they go into hyper rage, they just see red, dude. They have no control over what they do. Absolutely no control over what we do. And that's something. And Bird of Prey 5, Kapla brother, and hail.
Kapla Bird. Yes, I have a special message for Bird of Prey 5.
Oh, throw it in there. Throw it in chat.
Oh, of course. I have to.
Front center.
Because, it's that important. Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go. Hey, yo, Crystal Skull for Bird. Yes. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Chat's got to update. Update, chat. Update. Damn you. Oh, there we go. Annual Crystal Skull for Bird. Yes. We'll keep that up there for a while. Everyone, send that to Bird. Put it out on Twitter. Share it.
He's going to hate me. I started this one.
Oh, crap. Guys, you know what? I'm going to go. Keep talking. I'm going to throw that out on Twitter right now.
No, I hate when they play Risk. I'll be honest. It gets a little boring. I'll admit it. Well, and the other thing is, how do I say this? Some of the people who talk while playing Risk, it's well, thankfully Life with Matthew's not here. Hey, Josh and Rebecca Mamamani, I'm not being that mean.
Okay, I got my hashtag in. I'm pulling up a GIF of Crystal Skull. I'm going to throw that in there, and then we're going to blast this shit all over Twitter. You chose poorly. It's funny. It's funny I put in Crystal Skull, and it's got the guy from Last Crusade saying, you chose poorly.
Bird of Prey always cheats, Chef Zilla. Always. That's his way.
Oh, shit. Good morning, Ambassador. How are you doing this morning, sir? Yes, it is now out. Share that, guys. If you have me on Twitter, it's the very last thing I threw out there. Share that, heart it. Make sure that Bird of Prey 5 has to do a yearly Crystal Skull watch party.
See, I'm not being mean like everybody else. They're saying weekly, monthly. I'm just saying every year.
Yeah, once a year's good.
And I'll even be nice. It could be around Andy Trekker's birthday. So I'll even concede to that. Bird can choose when it is, but gotta be once a year.
Gotta be once a year. It has to be once a year. Admiral Oliver Franklin Doom. People laugh when they visit the Doom Full Productions World HQ. There's a penguin sitting in the yard guarding the building. His name is it Guido? Or Guado? Guido? I hope it's Guido.
But anyhow, we were talking about the episode.
Yeah, so they get Rigel and they're like wanting to ransom him off. Well, guess what, dude? His people don't want him back. His people aren't going to pay shit for him. But they need that crystal. The crew needs that crystal that he took. Dave G sound every year forever. Yeah, we'll set it up to where it plays like for infinity once a year, every year, just for Bird. Memorial. Dude, we'll make a memorial just for Crystal Skull and make sure that bitch plays once a year, every year for Bird. Thank you, Chris Persia. Thank you, brother. Bird, we are never going to give this up, man. Annual Crystal Skull Watch Party. Just for Bird of Prey Pop. I love you guys. I absolutely love you guys. So this episode, it's better than the rest. There's some action and you get this gauntlet. You know, they've got these gauntlets and it gets passed around to the crew and it gives them different abilities and they, you know, they have to figure out how to use it. And, you know, they have to basically like get it off of Dargo because it's driving him nuts. Aaron puts it on, Crichton puts it on, all where they're trying to get to Rigel and save Rigel. And Rigel's stuck in this cage with this crazy tentacled guy that looks like, you know, a tentacle monster. And he ends up saving Rigel's life because he wants to ransom him off and gain control of the Hynerian Empire, all while no one knows that Rigel doesn't have shit. So it's kind of funny. It's like they all want something from Rigel, but Rigel doesn't have shit to give them. But Rigel's played it up like he is the, you know, end all be all of the Hynerian Empire. Oh, Bird of Prey 5. Chef Zilla, I don't cheat at Risk. Secret alliances aren't cheating. Hey, let's.
That's the point. Secret alliances are cheating. If you were having an open alliance, it would be an alliance. But anyhow, now I liked it when Crichton, I don't know the guy's name,
John Crichton,
put the thing on. Yeah. Because by that time, they already knew what that thing did. You know, he needed to haul ass to get to save Rigel. So there was a reason for him putting it on. The first time it was just like, oh, this came off. Let me put it on. But this time it was, okay, I need to haul ass. I need to get there now. I got 2 minutes at most to get there and save his life, get that crystal back. So he does. And then we get to the point of finally, you know, they don't want him either. He's worthless. They have him in a sack. Finally get him back, Rigel back. And of course he still has the crystal. He swallowed it.
He swallowed it and had it in one of his stomachs. One of his stomachs, because he has multiple stomachs. He's like Morn on DS9. He has multiple stomachs.
Of course, Morn could just regurgitate it rather than
have to shit it out. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I wasn't going to quite put it that way, but yes.
Well, if they stuck their hand down the little bastard's mouth, they could probably get it out. Josh and Rebecca Momini asked, liked and subscribed, but how do I share without social media? I feel like I failed, Loki. What have I done? I might be over dramatic. Please share with friends, share with family, share with coworkers. Be like, dude, there's this badass morning show where we just all sit and geek out and talk about cool shit. And sometimes we do some rants about shit that we don't like or stupid shit that's going on.
And then on Thursday, this jerk called Captain Trek is on, too.
No. He's an asshole, not a jerk.
Thank you.
But we absolutely love you, brother. So there's, again, it's a good episode, but it's nothing that's like stands out memorably until later. There is a reason that's one of the things I like about the first season, but you have to know what happens in the second season, because a lot of this is going to come back at you in ways you never expected. A lot of what you're seeing now is going to come back at you in ways you never expected. That's the beauty of the second season. It's like, okay, we've done this badass first season. We did this okay first season now, and we're going to do this badass second season, but we're going to go back and explain shit from the first season and use shit in the first season in ways you never expected. Purple Lady. Oh, sorry. Lady Q. SG-1 episode upgrades. They stole the basic storyline from Farscape. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. And Purple Lady, have a good day. Happy Dinosaur 8000. Yes, happy Dinosaur 8000. You have a great day, brother. You have a great day.
Happy Dinosaur 8000 is awesome. Have a good day. Have a happy day.
Yes, happy day, brother. Happy day.
So overall, these episodes were not great. Obviously, I think, as you said, there are some elements that will come up in the future, but in and of themselves, not great. I'm glad to hear that things will come back to make it worth watching. But
Cobalt and Pudgy. Pudgy bounces in, waving at everyone. Sub to Loki for bouncy juice. Yes, the gummy bears. Yeah. Gummy bears. Bing, 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 bing. Yes. Would you like some bouncy juice, Pudgy? We have some bouncy juice back in the fridge, brother. If you want some bouncy juice, we'll get someone to bring you out some bouncy juice this morning. Oh, shit. Good morning, guys. So it's a forgettable episode until later. It really is. I'm not gonna shill for them. It's a forgettable episode until later. I mean, that's pretty much the whole episode. Is they go down to the planet, they get Rigel, they bring him back up with the crystal, and some stuff happens in between. That's the best way to describe it. There's just nothing that stands out yet. The wackiness hasn't started. The goofballness hasn't started. The bond of brotherhood has not started yet. We're getting there, but it hasn't really started yet. Yes, Josh and Rebecca Momini bouncing here and there and everywhere. So, guys, thank you so much for being here this morning. Thank you so much. We are going to cover episode 5, 6, and 7 next week. It will be PK Tech Girl. Thank God it's Friday again, which is, believe it or not, I really like that episode. I like that episode because of the way it's done. And IET, which is an episode I don't really like, but oh well. So, PK Tech Girl, thank God it's Friday again, and IET. If you want to follow along with us, those are the episodes we're going to watch before next week. Thank you so much, Captain Trek.
You're quite welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone in chat. Thank you, Cobalt and Pudgy, Chef Zilla, Purple Lady, Josh and Rebecca Momini, Saucy Wench, Mark the Infinitely Tired, Bird of Prey 5, Kapla Brother. Thank you for being here. You're on Axes and Evils now? I'm man on Axes and Evils. I gotcha. The Ambassador, Chef Zilla, Samantha Joe, Eris of Chaos, Happy Dinosaur 8000, Darth Hastur, Admiral Oliver Franklin, Doom. Oh, guys, thank you so much for being here. Chris Persia, Saucy Wench, Dega Outlaw. Yes, I said it correctly. Thank you guys so much for being here. Everyone, take care. Have a great one. Any of you that have signed up to my Patreon, you will be added over the weekend. And just as an update for anybody that does not know, we are having a Valhalla roundup on Discord this Saturday. If you are not a patron and you want to join and hang out, join us on Patreon, get your invite. And we do this every month. We're going to start upgrading it to 2 times every month. So we will be doing it 2 days a month.
By the way, I wasn't able to keep track of chat. I saw a couple of times you got some tips, but I wasn't able to, I usually say thank you to people who tip, but I'm focusing on you rather than the chat.
Oh, yes. Okay, hold on, guys. Hold on. I completely spaced out. We have 2. We have 2 tips this morning. One from V-Star 333, $1.99. Thank you so much, V-Star 333. Much love and hugs to you and yours, and much love to you, V-Star 333. Thank you so very much. I'm still getting used to the tip thing, guys. I am still getting used to the tip thing, so please bear with me. And from Admiral Oliver Franklin Doom, a $1.99 super chat. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so very much. Just a small token of my appreciation. Thank you, brother. Thank you so very much, brother.
And absolutely, all these tips help keep the channel running.
Yes, they do. They keep us coming to you every Monday through Friday. Every little bit helps, guys. Thank you so very much. It keeps us on StreamYards. It keeps us in being able to hand out donuts in the morning and coffee for everybody that comes in here. Thank you guys so very much. Thank you. And I am sorry I almost forgot. I'm still getting used to that. I am still getting used to the tips. And Admiral Oliver, I want to put that up there. Give me just.
And to quote Bird of Prey 5, the tip counts.
Every tip counts, yes. From Admiral Oliver Franklin Doom, always live life as if awesome is a downgrade. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. And Saucy Wench, thank you, Saucy Wench. Just tip, gave me a $4.99 super chat. Thank you so very much, Saucy Wench. And she says, Saucy, is there anything you want to say? Is there anything you want to say? I would love to read it. If you have something to say, please, I will say it. Anything. She just left a $4.99 tip.
That was very generous. I'm glad she did.
Very, very generous of you. Thank you. Love you all. Well, we love you, Saucy. Thank you so very much, Saucy. We love you too. We all love you too. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And thank you, Loki, for letting me come on this morning. I appreciate that.
Dude, I'm loving having you on Thursdays, brother. I'm loving having you on Thursdays. Thank you for being on here. It's my pleasure to have you on here. All right, guys. I will be updating the outro over the course of the weekend. And if anybody out there who is watching this or listening, if your name is not on there, please contact me on Patreon. I'm going to be sending you guys messages to find out what you would like me to add you in as on the outro. So, guys, I will see you later tonight for 7 Kinds of Mischief at 7 p.m. Everyone take care and have a wonderful, wonderful day.